Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Valerie Williams. I will be your presenter on today. And today we're going to be talking about ChatGPT 101. So, just a little bit about me before we go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Valerie Williams. I am a business consultant as well as a real estate investor. So, let's go ahead and let me share my screen and let's get into our presentation on today. All right, and bear with me as I go ahead and get her back to the original screen. I apologize. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Again, we're going to be talking about ChatGPT 101, an introduction to the basics of ChatGPT. So, what is ChatGPT? How does it work? What can we do with it? And how can we use ChatGPT well? So, what we're going to cover today is what ChatGPT is, how it works, its models and capabilities, as well as some promptings, limits, as well as safety. We'll look at plans that are available for getting started with ChatGPT. And then lastly, we'll do a live demo together on setting up your ChatGPT. Okay. So what is ChatGPT? It's built by OpenAI, and that's the company that's behind the ChatGPT product. It was launched in 2022. It reached global popularity faster than any app before it. It works with text. How does it work? It works with text, images, voices, and files. It's conversational. It's a multi-model. ChatGPT, it's also an AI assistant that understands everyday language and generates human-like responses in real time. So you type a question or request in plain words, and it's going to reply back with text, helping you to write, to analyze, solve problems, and learn through simple conversation. How does it work? ChatGPT runs on what we call an LLM, which is a large language model. So it's AI trained on an enormous amount of text that learns the patterns of language. So it's trained on text, it predicts the next word, and it generates a response. The ChatGPT family in 2026. Now, it is instant, where it's giving you fast, everyday answers. It defaults for everyone, including a free plan, and it gives you quick questions where you can draft summaries. The thinking behind it is deeper, step by step reasoning, which is available on paid plans as well as a free plan. And the thinking, it helps to solve hard problems, and it does analysis. It helps you plan. The type of plans that are available, the pro plan, that's where you would get all of your functionality within ChatGPT. It gives you the highest capability available. And the additional plans, aside from the free and pro plan, there are also business, enterprise, and there's an educational plan. And the pro plan is also going to give you the most complex, high stake tasks as well. So what can it do? So ChatGPT, it writes and edits, so it can give you emails, essays, summaries, and rewrites in any tone. It also codes, so it can write, explain, and debug code in many languages. It analyzes, so it uploads documents and spreadsheets for instant insight. It also can create images and generate pictures and graphics from a description that you give it. It also sees, hears, and speaks. So it understands the images and holds spoken conversation with you. It also researches and ideates. So it brainstorms, it compares options, and it digs into a deeper topic. So how are some ways that you can use ChatGPT? You can use it in everyday cases, such as at work, to draft emails, reports, and presentations in actual minutes. For learning, it can explain tricky concepts and tutor on any subject. So I love to learn additional languages. If you love additional languages, it can begin to teach you an additional language. everyday life. It can plan trips for you, meals, summarize, and anything that you feel like you may be stuck on. Ask GPT and it can assist you. You can also use it for business if you're a business owner, such as myself. It can help you with customer support, marketing, as well as any type of analysis. Now, how to write a good prompt. To write a good prompt, that's us asking ChatGPT a question. You give it a persona. So you're going to give it a role. For example, it can act as your marketing expert. It can act as an auditor. It can act as a writer. The next thing you would do is give it a task after you give it a persona. So exactly what do you want ChatGPT to do? And then you want to give it context. You add background and audience and any examples. And then lastly, you want to format. Ask for the shape, a list, a table, email, or a summary. Now, there are some things that we do need to watch out for in ChatGPT. One of them is what we call hallucinations because it can state false information and do it very confidently. So we always want to make sure that when we prompt it and ask it a question, that we ask ChatGPT to always verify, excuse me, to always verify its facts. Also, limited recent knowledge. It may not know the very latest events or releases. So, what we want to also include when we ask ChatGPT to verify information is to make sure we ask it to give us the most up-to-date information, the latest events and releases. ChatGPT can also be biased. It reflects patterns and biases found in its trading data. So again, this is going to go back to us including in what we ask it to verify, give us the most current information, and to verify the information that it's giving us. Where are you getting your data from so that we can verify it? And then lastly, it can tend to be overly agreeable. It can tell you what you want to hear rather than push back. So when we are prompting it, we always want to dig further when we ask it that initial question. Review the information it's giving us, and then go back and dig deeper and ask it to refine the information that it's giving you. So, lastly, before we dig into our presentation, we want to make sure that we're using ChatGPT responsibly. So, again, verifying its facts, its figures, any quotes before you actually rely on the data it's giving you. Don't paste any sensitive or personal or confidential information into ChatGPT. And then you also want to keep a human in the loop. Keep yourself in the loop for any real decision, final decision making. You are the one that gets to decide and make the final judgment. So ChatGPT isn't replacing you. We want to treat ChatGPT as our assistant. Remember those personas. And then review the outputs, review for the tone, the accuracy, and if you feel like there's any bias as well. Here, we're just going to look at the pricing. We kind of looked at this a little bit earlier on, but there's a free plan, there's a plus plan, a pro, business, and enterprise plan. And so you pick the plan that you feel will fit your needs the best. If you do free, remember you won't get all of the capability. You want to at least get the plus or the pro plan. You can pay monthly or pay for the whole year. There's also a business plan where if you have teams who collaborate and you want to share workspace, think about the business plan. The pro plan, that's going to give you the maximum access and the top model. The plus plan actually gives you faster, full features for individuals. So consider today what's going to suit your needs the best. So how do you get started in ChatGPT? You first want to create a free account. Sign up at chatgpt.com or on your mobile device using your email, Google, or app. And then start typing a question in the message box and press enter. There's no setup is required. So you want to, because you want to personalize it. So opening up the settings to get tailored responses and memory and privacy will do that for you. So I would recommend before you start chatting with ChatGPT to start get either go beyond getting the free plan and get like a pro plan where you'll have all the capability, set all of your settings up, and train it to respond kind of in your voice tone and in your style. So lastly here, we're going to go and we're going to start setting up Chat GPT and just looking at some of the settings. So follow along with me. We'll go over very briefly the account, personalization, memory, some data controls, and then the voice as well as the language. So bear with me as I share. I'm going to kind of toggle here. And we're going to go, I'm going to Chat GPT specifically. Whoops, pull that down. And let me go back into share. I apologize about that, guys. All right, so here we've got Chat GPT set up. I'm just going to click on new chat here. I had something previously that I was working on. We're going to go to our name here. As you can see, I've got the plus plan. We're going to go into our settings. And the first screen that you see is general, where it kind of gives us our appearance for our background with appearance here. If you click on the drop down menu, we can go dark or we can go light. I'm going to leave mine light, but we want to come to the personalization section. This is where we personalize Chat GPT. You'll see that we have our base style and tone. And if we click on the drop down menu, these are all of the styles that we have with their definitions beside it. I've chose to stick with professional where it's polished and precise. And then if we scroll down, the other key feature on this page is custom instructions. So anything else besides our base style and tone that we want to write. So I had chose professional. I want to say I want to be professional, but I want to be friendly. I also want to be personable. And then if we scroll down further, more about you is a very important field as well. So if you have a bio, that will be perfect to put into this space here that talks about who you are, what you do. It's limited to 1,500 characters, so you want to make sure that you have that very polished. And then your occupation, you want to put that here. I'm a business consultant and a real estate investor. If we scroll down further, we have our memory. We want to make sure that's turned on into the blue position. That lets ChatGPT personalize your experience based upon the number of chats, your files, and any connected apps, and just the conversations that you're having with ChatGPT. And that's pretty much all that we need on the personalization page. Next, we're going to go to voice. This is where we choose the voice that ChatGPT is going to have conversation with us. As you see, I've got mine set to spruce, where it's calming and affirming. This is Arbor, and if you click the drop-down menu, it will begin to tell you what the name of the voice and the kind of the personality that that voice has. And if you hit the menus, you'll get to hear that voice. So that was Soul that we just heard, Savvy and Relax. So you just go ahead and choose the voice that you feel you like the most. The next is our data controls. We want to make sure that we have our location turned on. So when this is enabled, our location helps ChatGPT provide more relevant information like recommendations, news, and any weather. And so that's pretty much on that page. Data controls, let's scroll down. Let's go to our security and login. This is an important piece to protect our security. You can set up your passwords here, multi-factor authentication. And if you want to authenticate any apps, you want to turn that on as well. And so you just follow those prompts, pretty self-explanatory there. Lastly, our apps, any apps that you want to connect with ChatGPT. So if you want to set up, if you're going on a trip, this is where we really set ChatGPT up to become our personal assistants by connecting apps that we want ChatGPT to have access to. So if I were going on a trip and I want ChatGPT to help me book that trip, I can set up my booking.com, which you can see all of my connections here. I've got my email, my calendar set up, my additional emails, my Zoom I also have set up, as well as my booking.com. So ChatGPT can help me set up a trip. So that is pretty much it for our settings on ChatGPT. We're at the front page of our screen where you can type your response here, or you can voice speak it here, dictate your response. Your plus sign here is just to see where you can add photos and files if you want, and to see all of the apps that you have connected. So that is going to pretty much take care of our presentation for today on the basics of ChatGPT. I hope that today you will get started with using ChatGPT and that you will explore more on ChatGPT and start using ChatGPT today and let ChatGPT be an assistant to you. So, what did we learn from it? ChatGPT, we learned the language, its prompts. We learned to always verify, and that you can start ChatGPT for free. So go ahead, ask ChatGPT something today, and get started using ChatGPT. Again, my name is Valerie Williams. I was your presenter today on ChatGPT 101 and learning the basics. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy your ChatGPT journey.